All right, back with more. Talking about the Steelers and their free fall now. 3 losses in a row, and it's putting everything in jeopardy now because they're 7-5-1, and that one tie could really come back to haunt them as well, unless they just go to work on their schedule, which we'll get into in a minute. But, Tim Benz, I want to start with you about the defense. You know, Mike Tomlin has been preaching they got to come up with turnovers. They had one today, but it was a gimme. It was offered up because Derek Carr couldn't hold on to the ball. It had nothing to do with them. They haven't made plays. They had a chance to end this game before it ever got to a loss, and they didn't. So what do you do with this defense, and how do you stop some of the guys like big tight ends who are able to run all over the place, and there doesn't seem to be a logical matchup for them?
Yeah, I am really down on the defense again. It has reverted back to its early season form. That started with the rush defense against Jacksonville. It got worse when it came to rush defense against the Broncos. And now the last couple weeks, they haven't been able to stop quarterbacks either, those that are slightly more capable than Keenum and Blake Bortles. You know, I thought it was funny that they got a gift of a turnover when the ball wobbled out of Carr's hand and they took that class photo in the end zone. The last photo they had of a turnover was in black and white. It was so long ago. So I don't know if they should be celebrating that one so much. But like Jeff said earlier, they don't get turnovers late in drives to bail themselves out. Teams are doing what they want against them, and what Jared Cook did to them today as a tight end eliminated anything that they had for an excuse last week, saying, oh, we couldn't guard Keenan Allen because we had Burnett out and because we had Sutton out. Well, watching Burnett today, except for the one play he made in the end zone, what made you think that if he was in there, that would have been any difference against Keenan Allen?
And the one play that he made in the end zone was a penalty in any other game.
And he almost batted it to the other receiver anyway.
I've been saying it all year, and I'm going to say it. This defense needs completely changed. A new scheme. It's old. It's tired. It doesn't make plays. It's time to clean the whole side of the staff out and get a new defense and a new scheme and a new identity.
By the way, how many of us tonight sound like Paul watching this game?
I do.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
Like yelling at the TV, sound like Paul?
Well, Tim hit the TV. Come on.
I didn't yell at the TV.
I got my cool Christmas stocking on now.
Thing to cover up the wound.
We're all injured here.
It's more festive.
And I don't know. Listen, I don't know if Morgan Burnett's still hurt, if he's rusty. I don't know. Maybe he's not that good. I don't know.
He's missed time every year, Jeff. When they brought him in, they knew he had one of these histories where he's never available.
And maybe it's a combination of all these things. I thought Derek Carr made some great throws.
He did.
And I want to give him credit because, especially that one late in the game that get him down in the red zone.
40-yarder.
That was a great throw. He really made some good decisions, and he doesn't make mistakes. Now, that being said, the Steelers don't force any mistakes. It's been a topic for weeks, and it will continue to be because the thing is they're getting decent pressure on the quarterback. And in fact, times they're getting really good pressure on the quarterback. Yet their back 7 or back 6, however you want to look at it, just can't make a play.
Yeah, but did Watt have a sack today? He didn't, right? I think
no,
Dupree did.
Dupree had one.
Yeah,
I don't think Watt did. But we had heard all week long, these left tackles and right tackles, they stink for Oakland. They're going to get 6 sacks. Well, 3's not enough in that situation then.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, it's the defensive scheme. It stinks.
All right, let me ask you. That cuts right to the chase. All right, we've seen a lot of losses under Mike Tomlin's era here where they've come to teams that they really should beat. Oakland heads the list, but is this, given what was at stake here, the worst regular season loss under Mike Tomlin, Jeff? Would you say yes, or I'm putting you on the spot to go back in time because there have been a lot of these kinds of losses.
Yeah, sadly, there have been. There's a number to choose from. I think about a Tampa Bay loss a few years ago at home where they lost to just a horrible Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but they made the playoffs that year, though.
Yeah, but okay. But
this is going to cost them the playoffs.
I think you're right about that. But this is as bad as any of the other Oakland losses. I mean, it's right there with any of them. And because it's fresh, it's easy to say, yeah, this is the worst loss. But I'll say this, because of the fact that your starting quarterback was healthy and you decided to keep him on the sideline, I will say this is the worst coaching that Mike Tomlin has done in a game.
Bob, I can go back in history because I did it on Friday in advance of this game, sort of foreboding and forewarning people that this might occur again. There have been now, this is the 5th time in the Tomlin era and Tomlin-Cowher era, the Heinz Field era, if you even want to go, the Heinz Field era that they've gone to Oakland or Oakland has come here and they've lost in a non-playoff season. Since 2001, when Heinz Field opened up, the Steelers have missed the playoffs only 5 times. 4 of those seasons have included losses to the Oakland Raiders. 2 of those seasons, the direct result of missing the playoffs was a loss to the Raiders. This could be the third. So I don't know if I differentiate this from 09 or 13 when a Raider loss cost them the playoffs. Those three are all the same to me, but it's god-awful.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. And letting them go down the field twice in the fourth quarter is inexcusable. I'm telling you, I blame the defense.
All right, we're going to talk more about what happened.
Wow, that cough moves fast.
We're like a mash unit.
Really?
At the beginning of the game when it came out and Oakland to move right down the field.
Let's put Richie in for
Yes.
the third quarter and then bring Bob back for the fourth
I'm
quarter.
ready to go. I can't get too excited. All right. We'll do that when we continue. But now it's time to go around the horn for this week's Smooth Moves, which this is anything but. Brought to you by Pittsburgh's largest supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertops. That's Armina Stone. So, guys, Smooth Move of the Week. Let's begin at the top and go with Tim.
Okay, my smooth move goes to Will Grier, the quarterback of the West Virginia Mountaineers, who has decided he does not want to play in the bowl game to prepare for his NFL career. As a Syracuse grad, I say, smooth move, Will Grier. Don't listen to all the haters. Don't back down. You're right. They're wrong. Stay out of that football game.
Hey, a smooth move to two school districts that have struggled for years. Aliquippa and Farrell. They both won state football championships, which is great. I mean, maybe something that their area can smile about, their school can smile about, and maybe lift them out of some of the struggles they've had.
And Penn Hills, too. You know, Penn Hills, they won, too. My smooth move is Derek Carr. I mean, the guy made unbelievable throws in the fourth quarter to win a game today against the Steelers. I know that people here are not happy about that, but I was impressed by the guy. I actually think John Gruden can get this thing turned around quicker than I thought because he's got a pretty good young quarterback in place.
He does. They also have a lot of draft picks coming up in the next couple of years as well. When we come back, thanks, Tim.
No, that was really me. That was me that time.
When we come back, we're going to talk about slow starts, and we're going to look what's coming up next because the schedule now favors the Ravens, who could win this division, and the Steelers could be out of luck altogether. We'll get into that next right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. And remember, our Smooth Moves brought to you by Armina Stone. Features Pittsburgh's largest indoor stone gallery of granite and marble countertops imported from all over the world. Give you the smoothest countertops in your area. Score a touchdown with Armina Stone.